Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today, we're going to be running through my top 5 rookies in the LCS. Now, this is not going to be rookies by the LCS definition. I think that's dumb. This is just going to be 5 young players, new faces coming into the LCS that I want to talk about. They're not necessarily even all young. It's just inexperienced players, kind of new players, again, coming into the North American League that I want to talk about and that I think are going to be exciting and interesting to watch over the course of this season. Obviously, the offseason's kind of been winding down. We have most of the rosters finalized at this point. We kind of know the faces we're going to be seeing in the North American League, and we're about, I don't know, I would guess a month, maybe a little bit over a month away from starting. So I think it's fun to kind of start kind of speculating. Who do we think is going to be good? Who do we think is going to be bad in these upcoming years? Who do we think is going to develop into kind of the new talent and stars of the future? In this video today, I'm going to be running through kind of my top 5 picks for who I think is, a new face you might not know as much about that might pop off this season. First off, I want to start with an honorable mention, talking about Niles. He is going to be the new top laner for Golden Guardians. And I'm not completely sold on this guy. I'm not ready to say that he's going to be one of my top rookies or a guy that I think is absolutely going to pop off or whatever, but I do think he is very, very interesting. Now, what's crazy about Niles is he's coming from Maryville University, who has been a powerhouse in the collegiate League of Legends scenes pretty much since its inception. They've been one of the biggest names, biggest faces. They've had stars as players, stars as coaches. They have done just such great things in terms of building up the academy, or not the academy scene, but the collegiate scene for League of Legends. And this is going to be very, very interesting. Niles is a guy who has not played an academy game before. He is skipping over the academy step entirely. He's going from collegiate League of Legends to the professional league. And I think it's going to be interesting to watch. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. I don't know if you can skip over academy as a new young player coming up in the scene and be ready for the LCS right away. It's going to be interesting to watch. If Niles is able to come into the LCS, do some big things, kind of dominate in small ways right away, that's going to go a big way in terms of legitimizing the collegiate scene as a legitimate kind of talent development system. And that will be really, really crazy, and that will be awesome, because if collegiate League of Legends continue to develop, that would be great for so many players to be able to get an education, get it paid for, but also be working towards their dreams as a professional player at the same time. That would really, really be awesome to see. But if Niles comes in, kind of sucks right away, then, maybe we'll get a little bit of a reality check that academy is there for a reason, and you do kind of have to, go through the steps. But either way, Niles, new top laner for Golden Guardians, going to be interesting to watch. I'm definitely curious to see what exactly happens there. I think it's going to be hard to predict. But first up in my list at number 5, we're talking about Golden Guardians once again. I have a Blaze Olive, who's going to be the new mid laner. This is a guy that I'm actually a pretty big fan of. I don't think he's going to come into the league and dominate right away, but we saw Insanity come into Immortals last year and have some pretty good games for Immortals right away, and I honestly think a Blaze Olive is a little bit better prospect than Insanity. So I think a Blaze Olive could come in and be maybe the 5th, 6th best mid laner in the league. I think he could really do something crazy like that right off the bat. I think it would be interesting to see. I think maybe he could potentially rival guys like DeMonte and Pobelter for being the best kind of resident North American mid laner. And I think that'd be cool. This is a guy who's been around the scene for a long time. He was on TSM Academy originally, had a couple good years with them. Then he's on Golden Guardians Academy. He's kind of bouncing around all over the league. He's an academy veteran at this point who's just been waiting for his big break, waiting for his shot, and he's finally getting in on Golden Guardians. I think it's going to be tough because Golden Guardians is a very, very young team. I think they don't have a ton of talent right now, so it's going to be tough for any of their players to stand out too much when I think they're going to be largely struggling as a team as a whole. But, it is still easy to shine through and have some pop-off games here and there, have some big moments where you can kind of really show what you got. And I'm really excited that a Blaze Olive is getting this, shot, because, again, we need North American mid laners. We need somebody to step up and actually be a legitimate North American mid lane talent. And, I don't necessarily think that's a Blaze Olive, but I think he is very, very solid, and I think he goes a long way in terms of, improving the North American mid lane talent to eventually, hopefully, one day become like a mid laner who can, show up at an international event or just pop off throughout the whole LCS season, stand up to all these import mid laners and stuff. Because if an LCS team can ever have a resident NA mid laner who is a legit talent and can compete with people internationally, that will help roster building and just in terms of practicing against people in solo queue and in scrims and all that stuff. It will be so awesome. So again, a Blaze Olive, I'm happy he's getting a shot. He's on Golden Guardians. I think he's a guy you should definitely watch out for. Next up at number 4, I actually have Diamond, who is the new support for FlyQuest. This is a guy who absolutely dominated the Academy scene last year. A lot of people had him as the very best Academy support. Some people would have gone with Treats, and Treats was an absolute beast too. You can't really go wrong. I think both of these guys are really, really hyped up prospects. But people are really, really excited for Diamond. He has looked like a beast, and he's going to a pretty good situation in FlyQuest. This FlyQuest team looks pretty scary. They have a good, young, upcoming team, and he's going to be paired up with Johnson in the bot lane, who we already know is a beast. He's really already proven himself as a really, really top tier AD carry in the LCS. So Diamond getting to walk into a situation where he's going to be laning with one of the better AD carries in the LCS on a young upcoming team, he's really getting an amazing opportunity. So if Diamond is legit, I think he has an opportunity to have a very, very big season. Again, there's another guy who we haven't really seen a ton of at the highest levels, but he has a chance to just walk into the LCS and be one of the better supports in the league right away. Because again, support, just like mid lane, is one of the weaker positions in the LCS. Yes, we do have a ton of big name import supports, like guys like Sword Art and Corey JJ, who have absolutely been dominating. Vulcan is doing pretty good as a resident support, obviously, but then some of the other guys like Ignar are imports as well. We don't have a ton of North American support talent, so it will be cool if Diamond can kind of come in and succeed right away. I think he's a very, very good player. I think he's going to have a great year. And I think he's in an amazing situation as FlyQuest. And I think FlyQuest is a team that has a chance to kind of be a dark horse this year, kind of surprise a lot of people, maybe pull off some big upsets, maybe shake up the standings a little bit. And I think it'll be fun to watch. So that's why I have Diamond at number 4. Next up at number 3, we're staying on the same team. A lot of the same team going on here. There's a lot of teams just making good young moves. I think we have Jose Diodo, who is the new jungler for FlyQuest. This is a guy who, again, we just saw at Worlds. And he looked like a beast in some games. He looked really, really exciting, really fun to watch, made some huge plays, made some just big, memorable moments, and that really stuck in the heads of a lot of North American fans and obviously a lot of North American teams as well now that he has a starting position in the LCS. And this is another guy who I think the position you're in really helps you out a ton. If you are on a good team in a good situation, that can help you perform better. That can make you play better. It can make you look better. And he is going to be playing with Licorice in the top lane, and that is going to be such an amazing opportunity for them. They're going to have such a strong, dominant top side of the map. I think Jose Diodo is a very, very exciting young upcoming talent. I think he's going to have a chance to kind of dominate the LCS. I think it might be a little bit like how we saw Closer come into the LCS last year and look, pretty good as one of the top junglers right away. I think Jose Diodo has that same type of talent, and I think he's in a really, really great situation in FlyQuest. I think having Licorice in the top lane to help him out is going to be awesome. He has a lot of young talent in the bottom half of the map of his team as well. I think it's going to be exciting. I know there's a lot of international fans who are going to be tuning in just to watch Jose Diodo play as well, so I hope he pops off for all of them. I think FlyQuest is going to get a lot of fans. And again, I really like what FlyQuest did this offseason, made a lot of huge moves. I think Jose Diodo is going to be fun to watch. I think he's going to be a great jungler. That's why he's number 3 for me. Next up at number 2, we have Palafox. Again, same team. A lot of FlyQuest stuff going on here. But again, a lot of people really love the moves they did, and I'm definitely one of those people. Palafox, like we talked about with the Blaze Olive earlier, we're looking for a North American mid lane talent to finally show up, to finally be that guy to kind of take over in that big way. And again, Palafox was, for most people, the best mid laner in Academy last year. Better than a Blaze Olive, better than Evolved. Obviously, Evolved's now out of the picture, so that even gives him less competition. So if anyone's going to pop off, we're really hoping and expecting it to be this guy. And again, he's going to be playing on a good team. He has Licorice to learn from, kind of being like that veteran mentor leader for the team. He's going to have good young talent around him with Johnson, Diamond, who they already have established synergy with, Jose Diodo. It's going to be good. I think this team is going to mesh really well together, and I hope Palafox can come in and absolutely pop off. Because like how I think a Blaze Olive can come in and be just a really, really solid mid laner, I think Palafox can come in and be a really, really great mid laner. I think he has a chance to pass up guys like Demonte and Pobelter this year, where I could see maybe a Blaze Olive getting to their level, but probably not passing them up this year. I could really see Palafox completely passing them up. A story we covered yesterday on my channel was the fact that Palafox was actually getting some looks from LEC teams. So if you're wondering how good this guy is, how legit he is, that is insane. If you guys know the European mid lane talent, how many young upcoming mid laners they have that are just absolute monsters, absolute beasts, for European teams to be considering Palafox, that tells you everything you need to know about this guy. This guy is legit. I think he's going to be able to come in and maybe not dominate the league from day one, because there is some very, very good mid laners. He's going to run into Jensen and Power of Evil and Perks, and those are going to be some tough battles, and I don't think he's going to be winning those, especially in his first split. But pretty much every other mid laner league, Demonte, Pobelter, Jizuke, I think guys like that, he's going to give an absolute run for their money. And again, some of the weaker teams and the weaker mid laners, I think he's absolutely going to be able to dominate. This is a guy I'm very, very excited for. And yeah, I know a lot of other people are excited about him too. Obviously, there was a lot of other teams excited about him as well, trying to get their hands on him. But yeah, he's going to be fun to watch in 2021. I have high hopes for him. I know it seems like we always get hyped up for a new North American mid lane talent, but a lot of people are hoping this is the guy. We'll see if it is. Finally, at number 1 for me, I don't think this is too surprising. We have C9 Fudge. Obviously, for a lot of reasons, this is kind of my most hyped up rookie. One, he's an absolute beast. We've seen him at Worlds before with some Oceanic teams, and he's looked great there. We saw him in the academy scene last year. He got a chance to kind of develop, hone his skills, get used to North America. He looked like an absolute beast once again, and now he is going to be on Cloud9, who many people have as the second, if not the first best team in the LCS. So again, if your team, if your surrounding staff, all that can make you look better, can help you improve, and can make you just great, then Fudge is in an amazing position. He's going to have amazing teammates, a ton of veterans to learn from. He's just going to be on an absolute star-studded lineup, and he has a chance to become a star himself. Again, a lot of people already think he has a talent to do so, but now obviously he has to prove himself at the highest level to show he can actually do these things. He's going to have a chance to maybe prove himself internationally this year, which is going to be crazy. It's going to be fun to watch, and a lot of people are hoping that he can really come in and be a beast. Obviously, the hopes, dreams, and results of Cloud9 are kind of hanging in the balance of this new young kid. Because, again, Cloud9 has perks. They have Sven. They have Vulcan. This is a team that wants to do things internationally. They want to compete for LCS titles. They want to get out of groups at Worlds. They want to compete for a semifinal spot. They think they have the skill set and opportunities to be one of the best teams in the world. They brought in an absolutely star-studded coaching staff, which I think is going to be awesome for guys like Fudge as well to continue to learn, develop, learn new playstyles, new just ways to be great. He's going to have a ton of awesome mentors, ton of awesome leadership to learn from. This guy is in just an absolutely amazing position being on Cloud9, who historically has been one of the better teams in the world as far as like developing talent. So this should be exciting. Again, I think Fudge is a real deal talent. People have been really, really impressed by him so far. I think he is going to just be dominant in the league right away. I think it's going to be very exciting to watch. It might take some time, though. That's the only thing. I don't know if it's just going to be right away in the first split, first couple of weeks. But I think by the end of the year, this guy is going to be one of the best top laners in North America. I know a lot of people are talking about how he got to scrim and train and practice and 1v1 and lane against Licorice all the time last year and how just amazing that had to have been for him. Obviously, Cloud9 felt comfortable enough selling off Licorice to allow Fudge to have the top spot. That doesn't necessarily mean they think Fudge is better than Licorice right now, but it means they believe in him at least enough to kind of hand him the keys to the top lane. And again, like any rookie, like any young kid, he's going to go through ups and downs. He's going to have struggles. He's going to int sometimes. He's going to have some bad weeks. But again, I think by the end of the season, as far as all these things play out, I think he's going to just have an amazing year, really to be able to develop. And out of all the kind of rookies, new faces, young guys coming to the LCS, he is my number one choice. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below. What do you think I got right? What do you think I got wrong? What kind of new faces, talents, players coming in the LCS this year are you guys excited about? Who are you going to be watching out for? Who do you think is going to be the best? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to update on my latest content. Check me out over at Twitch, twitch.tv/I_am_germ. The merch is going to be the first link in the description down below. Hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.